Hello friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another Monday Makes video on my YouTube channel and blog. For today's project, I am featuring the stamp set and dies called the Joy of Noel bundle. I'm also featuring this Winter Meadow 12 by 12 pattern paper. It's beautiful. I can use both sides. Sometimes I don't know which one to use. And I really quite love the colors. I'm not a real red and green person. I know holiday cards are a lot like that. I sort of go for pinks, purples, and blues. So anyway, I'm going to use my paper trimmer here and cut 4 inches. So I'm sort of mass producing because I have to make a ton of cards pretty quickly, and I only had a certain amount of time to be able to sit down at my craft desk. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now, isn't there? So I've cut a whole bunch of sheets. I haven't used them all, and funnily enough, this paper trimmer actually can take 2 pieces of pattern paper at a time. So I cut it to 5 1/4, so 4 inches wide, 5 1/4 inches tall. So now I have a stitched rectangle, or sorry, stitched square from the Stylish Shapes dies. I pre-cut a ton of these, and now I am using Pretty Peacock as my ink, and I'm using a very teeny tiny little stamp from the Joy of Noel, and I'm inking up the little teeny tiny stamp. I don't know if you know this about me, but I really like little stamps. I don't know why. I think they make just a very simple decoration. You could omit this part, but I'm having fun. So, and I like stamping. So yeah, I've put 2 little of these little sort of, they could be berries and twigs. I don't know. Maybe you could do these in a more green color. And there's a couple of dots too in this stamp set that could be used for holly. But those are my designs. I also tried a couple different ones with a different color, Lost Lagoon, and instead of doing 2, I did 1, because then I got, I only had so much time. Even though I was having fun, I had to move on. So this is the lovely little Noel stamp from the Joy of Noel, and it has this little die here that will cut all of the letters out, so you don't have to use this particular formation for the letters. You can put them differently, straight across the page if you wish. So I'm just playing around with this. I have dimensional adhesive cut very small on the back. You probably could use those adhesive strips. I felt that they were a little too big, so I went with just sort of cutting the edges off of my dimensionals. And sometimes you end up having those, like I call them the bones, like the outside parts of the dimensional sheet. So sometimes I cut those in half and then just stick a whole bunch of dimensionals on the back of these letters. So that is what I did, and I'm trying to keep the formation because I actually like the formation of the letters. And I stamped that in Pretty Peacock. I just love that color. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, I am trying to make it straight, even though it doesn't look like that. Paper is shifting on me all the time. It just happens. Anyway, I put my Seal Plus on the back, and then on the back of both. So you're going to see me do 2 cards. I ended up doing something like 10 or 15. Surprisingly, when you have all of the things all ready for you, you can sort of put it all together. So I put this particular square in the diamond kind of shape, and I didn't press this down well enough, so I did have to go back and do that. And then I have adhesive sheet on these strips of paper. So that paper is a specialty designer series paper called Snowflake Magic. I used my adhesive sheet, stuck it to the back. So I essentially made a sticker out of maybe 3 or 4 inches of my 12 by 12 paper. And I cut little strips about a half an inch, or no, it was a quarter of an inch wide. And I did play around with some thinner pieces, as I'm going to show you towards the end of this video. But I just wanted to sort of give you how I do this particular card design. Some people are calling this like some kind of a shutter something. I don't even know. Do not ever ask me for the names of things, because I just... They come to me and then I lose them. So anyway, this is how you do it. You take your little diamond shape or square shape in the middle, and you start at an edge and you go to the edge of your card, and then you butt the little strip up against it. It's super easy, but it looks really complicated. I think it's a wow card for sure. So we're going to do it again just in case you missed it. And you can put your little diamond anywhere you want. So if you want it in the center or the bottom third, you're going to see some examples of what I did at the end of the video. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a new celebration item. If you join a Stampin' Up team, hopefully it would be mine if you're Canadian, but in January, this joining offer, you're going to get a glass mat studio, if you wish. So I'll share that in a minute. But anyway, so back to the card at hand. Here we are. I'm just butting that little quarter-inch piece. One of the things that you have to do is make sure that the end here is nice and straight. I had to trim off that one a little bit. And then, yeah, you just butt it up against the last one, and you're following the diamond or the square in diamond formation. So again, I have adhesive sheet. You could use glue if you wanted. I just found making these like little strips much easier to handle when they had adhesive on it. The one nice thing about our adhesive sheets is that they don't stick down right away, so it gives you a bit of wiggle room. We always like that with our wet glue as well. So in a previous, I actually made some team cards using this particular stamp set because I loved it so much, and I sort of I embossed the joyous sentiment from the stamp set. So you didn't see me do that, but I did do it. And I put my joyous word on some mini glue dots. Sorry, my brain is a little slow. And so that's where they came from. It was from a previous project, but you all know how to heat emboss. So, or if you don't, I'm sure that if you put in the comments that you need me to share with you, I can totally do that. So these are just basic white card bases, and I'm putting my dry adhesive on, and there is my first 2 cards. And as we move forward, I'm going to share with you the embellishments. And so let's see here. What are they called? Faceted Gems Trio Pack. And I put them in a little straight line. So sometimes I don't do that and I, mix it all up. But for whatever reason, this design called for these 3 gems to be in a straight line. So you can see I took that one off there. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I put it on the other page, and then I went in and I'm like, yeah, it needs to be 3, not 2. 2 is weird. 3 is better. And it needs to go in a straight line. So there you go. Oh, I don't know where my thought process is. Okay, here's Molly. She's saying Merry Christmas to everybody. So it's our natural kitty break. And then I come back with my new Stampin' Up. It's called a studio mat. Like glass mat studio is what it's called. So the only thing that I'm sharing with you all of my cards that I made, couple of different colors, and I used some holographic specialty paper. There's some shimmer paper in there, and Lost Lagoon, and that's Pretty Peacock, and yeah, so I did stamp some in the Orchid Oasis as well. So here is the mat. It is a silicone mat. It really sticks well on that glass work surface. I'm already getting it messy. The only problem is I have a ring light here that is probably going to be a pain in my buttinsky when I do filming with a glass mat, but hopefully I'll have a workaround here shortly. This actually will fit your Stampin' Spots and also your tiny little size A acrylic block. And this is how you work it. So if you wanted to use some of your Stampin' markers and scribble that in there, and then as soon as I can get the water down to my water brush, I can sort of mix up my ink there and see how that works. And I can press my stamp pad into there. I can press my my little Stampin' Spot into there. And I'll just show you what else you get. So you get this glass mat, you get the silicone thing, you get this lovely little, it's like a cloth, it's a cleaning cloth. And I have used it to clean up ink. I'll show you here. So pretend I'm painting and I get on my glass mat. And look, you can you got ink there and water. So this mat will wipe that away and it'll clean up your glass mat fabulously. And then you can wipe away your ink. And I just went and rinsed it off of the underwater and the stain was gone. So I don't know if it's stain proof, but I don't see any stain on it. I did it right away though. And that's the thing. So I'm keeping this kind of in a little tin I got from one of the card kits, really cute. And this is a joining offer. So hopefully you feel that you would like to join my team and build a starter kit. It'll cost you $135 and you'll get $165 worth of product. And then you can get you can add on the free glass mat studio, which retails for about $82. I don't know when they're retailing it, but it'll be in the future, a long while away. But these are for a joining offer that is through January 4th through February 29th. And yes, as a demonstrator, I was allowed to order this early, but they only had a select amount of these mats for us with our pre-order. So I'm not sure if it's available or not for pre-order anymore. They did say that they were going to shut it off and we will have enough for people for the joining offer. So think about that in January. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and all the YouTubey things. I really appreciate you. And I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.